I love Songkran. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pete on Retreat. Today, I'm going to talk all about Songkran. I'm going to share my best tips for surviving this crazy holiday, tell you my 5 favorite things about it, and get brutally honest about why it also just completely sucks. Songkran is coming and I am pumped. This year I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to host my first ever Pete on Retreat meetup. Stick around to the end of the video for all the details on that. Songkran is the celebration for the Thai New Year. Here in Thailand, they use a different calendar than we do, and it starts on April 13th. As in many other cultures, the New Year celebrations here revolve around renewal and purification. But here in Thailand, we get this tourist-focused, skewed version of what the holiday's really like. Here, it's just about water fights. Well, it's Pattaya, so it's also about drinking and women. Songkran takes place from April 13th to April 19th. But here in Pattaya, it starts on April 10th, realistically the night of April 9th, and is going to run all the way until April 19th. You see, some cities have a Wan Lei festival. Wan Lei basically means flow day or flowing day. In Pattaya, that's going to be on the 19th, and in Aklua, it's going to be on the 18th. And that's just one last day to have some huge water fights. 10 days of Songkran? Yeah, that's too much for most people, and honestly, including myself. Here's my tips on how you can survive Songkran best. Tip number 1, you need to have a waterproof pouch. I know a lot of cell phones are waterproof these days, but mine sure isn't, and I don't want to carry around a bunch of wet money too. Luckily, there's merchants all around the town pushing carts, walking, and every store is carrying these waterproof pouches, as well as squirt guns and goggles and everything you need for this holiday. I've got a hotel in town for a couple days, and honestly, I just bring a couple Ziploc baggies too. I do tend to keep my phone in one of these waterproof pouches, but I like to keep my cash in just a little easy to do Ziploc baggie in my pocket. Now, these next few tips have to do with the quality of water here. For the most part, it's going to be tap water, at least for the first few days, but there's also going to be trucks bringing water up from the reservoir. All of the bars and many other shops are going to have trash cans full of water. You're likely already aware that the tap water in Thailand isn't very clean, and the water from the reservoir isn't any cleaner. If that's not bad enough, the water quality is just going to get worse and worse as the days go on. The water trucks are known for pumping water out of the street when it starts to pool up, and people will just fill their water gun wherever they can, including that runoff water that's on the street. So tip number 1, and I don't see this one talked about enough, is cover your drink. If you like sitting on the rail of a bar watching all the chaos, there's going to be a ton of water being sprayed into your drink. Last year we went to a bar and they gave us all Ziploc baggies. Another reason why I like to bring my own now, because they're perfect for just opening up and putting over your beer, or worse, open top cocktail when you're just hanging out sitting there. Tip number 3 is wear eye protection. Goggles or even just sunglasses is going to keep a lot of the water out of your eyes. I've known multiple people that have ended up with eye infections after several days of Songkran. Ear infections are a thing too, but I'm not going to wear any earplugs because that's just going to make things more dangerous with all the motorbikes and people going around. Tip number 4 is another one I don't see a lot of people talking about, and it's all about footwear. If you're going to do Songkran for multiple days, it's a good idea to bring a variety of different shoes. My feet were hurting on the last day of my first Songkran here. I had blisters all over the place. I've also had a couple pairs of flip-flops just completely break and fail on me, so having multiples in your luggage is a good idea. Sure, sure you could buy some at a market somewhere, but I'm pretty picky about my footwear. Last year I did something different and I bought water shoes, and I absolutely loved them. They gave my feet a little extra protection. They didn't give me any blisters at all. I had good grip throughout the day. I picked up my water shoes at Decathlon. Highly recommend, and you know they'll be in my suitcase this year. Tip number 5 might be the most important of all of these tips, but it's also one of those tips that doesn't have to be said to everybody. To enjoy and survive Songkran, you need to remain calm. This is not the festival to be getting upset because somebody sprayed you with water. It's going to happen. I think the best way to enjoy this holiday is just to embrace it. When you get sprayed unexpectedly, and trust me, it's going to happen, just laugh it off. My friends and I have joked about how this can never happen in the US. Songkran could never exist. It would just be straight out brawls and fights all day and all night long. Yes, unavoidable water fights, ear and eye infections, stomach viruses, all of that is a part of Songkran, although it's avoidable. But I still love it, and here's why. As I mentioned before, on April 19th is Wan Lei here in Pattaya, and that's the water flow day. On Wan Lei, they're going to shut down Beach Road completely to motor traffic and have a huge parade of monks. I love the monk parade, and it's one of the few glimpses of like traditional Songkran that we get here in Pattaya. Another thing I love about Songkran is seeing the joy it brings to the Thai people here. They say Thailand is the land of smiles, and some of the biggest smiles I've seen have been during Songkran. There's probably a few Thais that are a little mixed or bitter about relationships with Farongs and the tourist industry and all that. So for them, it's a chance to get us back and spray us in the face. But for most of them, it's really just about sharing the culture. It's one of the biggest holidays in Thailand, and it is just filled with happiness and joy. Yeah, in Pattaya, it's mostly about the water fights, but if you get outside of Pattaya, it's about being kind and sharing in the community. Last year, I got to go to Ong Tong and participate in a traditional Songkran festival. It was amazing. There was a huge festival that night with no water at all, and then the next day there was a gathering at the temple where everybody in the community brought food to feed everybody else, and again, there was no water involved. From a Pattaya perspective, it was hard to believe it was Songkran at all. Another thing that I love about Songkran is Din Sol Pung. That's the white stuff that Thai people will put on your face when they walk past you or when you're walking past them. It's a limestone-based talc powder mixed with water, and it's supposed to serve as protection for you against bad things and to give you good luck in the new year. Call me a crazy hippie, but I honestly can feel the kindness, warmth, and joy when it's applied onto my face for most of the people. Another thing I love about Songkran in Pattaya is the water fights from the back of pickup trucks. People just drive all over town with buckets of water and water guns, riding in the back of trucks and blasting everybody as they drive by. It's really fun later in the day with all the traffic jams and when two trucks go at war with each other when they're just stuck next to each other on the street. The last thing that I love about Songkran is the kids. Living in Pattaya, I get to see plenty of kids, and being part of the Birdie Foundation, I even get to play with them, but it's one of the things I miss about not being around my family. In Pattaya though, I get to have water fights with tons of kids. Every year I like to go out early, 1 or 2 days during Songkran, just because that's when all of the kids are out. It is such a blast getting to play water fights with them. So yeah, I love participating in the world's biggest water fight and all of those other awesome aspects of it. But to be honest, Songkran completely sucks, and this is why. Ice water. Damn, I hate the ice water. It's great that there's trucks driving around selling water to all of the bars and shops, but there's also trucks driving around selling blocks of ice. Sure, getting hit unexpectedly with water is bad, but getting hit unexpectedly with ice cold water is even worse. Another thing that sucks is that there's no nighttime respect. They say back in years gone past that when the sun went down, the water fights would stop or almost stop, but there's no such thing anymore. Yeah, you have to know that any time of day you can get blasted with water, and anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're carrying a suitcase or just got food from a restaurant, you are fair game. But it really sucks at night. A couple years ago, I remember going back to my hotel, hanging out, showering, drying off, getting all refreshed, going out at about 11 p.m. and I made it 2 businesses down before I got a face full of water. While we're on the subject, let's talk about the most brutal areas in Pattaya when it comes to water fights. For me, hands down, Soi 7 is the #1 gauntlet. The reason being is it's a very crowded street and it's pretty narrow, especially when you get some cars going through there. You just get stuck and you just get bombarded. It also seemed to have the most disrespectful expats of any area that were just about plowing you in the face with these PVC water cannons. Oh yeah, PVC water cannons, they suck. In theory, they're not allowed. 2 years ago, they were just everywhere. Last year was a little better, but PVC water cannons should not be part of Songkran. If Songkran didn't have ice water and PVC water cannons, it would be so much better. But back to the no chill time. So yeah, used to be sundown, water cannons down, and now I know people walking home at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., walking back to their rooms and getting blasted with water. It just never stops. As regular viewers of my channel know, I avoid motorbikes. Driving motorbikes in Pattaya is just not very safe. You're very likely to go down. I have no reason to drive one. I'm never in that much of a hurry. I don't need to save the money. But Songkran makes them exponentially more dangerous. Yeah, people don't care if you're on a water bike. People don't care if you're driving a water bike. They're going to hit you with water. You can get sprayed in the face. You can get a bucket of water in the face. I thought this would just be common sense. Don't throw a bucket of water into the guy's face who's driving a motorbike, especially if he's not wearing a helmet and doesn't have a face shield on. And that ties into my last thing is Songkran is incredibly dangerous on the roads because it's Thai New Year. It's drinking and driving. I might be wrong, but I believe this is the deadliest week on the roads in Thailand. It's because they're overcrowded with people traveling to go back home for the celebrations and because of drinking and driving. Well, there you have it. Nearly everything I know about Songkran, tips on how you could survive it, reasons why I love it, reasons why it absolutely sucks. But here's one more way that you can make it better this year by joining me on peteonretreat's first meetup ever. I'm going to be hosting the meetup this year on Wan Lay. Yeah, that's right, Water Flow Day here in Pattaya, Thailand. We're going to have it at the town bar, which is on Soi Bacau, just outside of Tree Town. It's a bar that we know the owners of, and we posted up there for hours and hours last year. In my opinion, it's the perfect place to hang out for Songkran. It's a bar right on Soi Bacau. The sidewalk is elevated, so you can spray all the people in the street. You could sit at the bar and spray all the people as they walk by. They provided tons of water and just had a great energy last year. The bar is also long enough and deep enough that if you want to take a break away from the water, all you got to do is go sit towards the back of the bar. Another reason why it's the perfect place is because it's next door to the Tree Town food market. So right next door, there's a ton of different options for eating. The drinks at the town bar are reasonably priced. The staff is very nice. It's just an ideal place for me to host this. So I hope to see you there. Oh, what time? We will be meeting at that magical time of 4:20 on April 19th.